So, what do you want to do? I'm here, baby. I'm ready, baby. I'm waiting on you. Believe me, I am patiently waiting on you. Yeah, there's something wrong with me. Every time I'm alone with you, you keep talking about you loving me. Hey, babe, your foreplay just blows my mind. So why don't we stop all the talking, girl? Why don't we stop wasting time? I've had my share of love, but some say I'm damn good. And if you think you can turn me out, baby, I wish that you would, 'cause you keep telling me this and telling me that. You say once I'm with you, I'll never go back. You say there's a lesson that you wanna teach. Well, here I am, baby. Practice what you preach. Well, here I am, baby. Practice what you preach. Yeah, it's just you and me. So many things I can do to you, and so many ways I can please. Hey, 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 it's your move here. Why don't you start turning down the lights and show me just what you can do? Hey, baby, I've had my share of love, but some of them were damn good. But if you think you can turn me out, Larry, just wish that you would, 'cause you keep telling me this and telling me that. You say once I'm with you, I'll never go back. I know there's a lesson you wanna teach. Here I am, baby. Practice what you preach. Is it? Really? Well, here I am, baby. Practice what you preach. Lady. Baby, baby, baby. We're wasting time. Precious time. All this talk about what you want to do and how you're going to do it to me. Come on. Practice what you preach. Now I've had my share of love, but some say I'm damn good. But if you think you can turn me out, girl, I just wish that you would, 'cause you keep, oh, you just keep telling me this and telling me that. You say once I'm with you, I'll never go back. Say there's a lesson you wanna teach. Here I am, baby. Practice what you preach. Is it? Really? Well, I'm still waiting. Practice what you preach. Show me. Here I am. Practice on me. Is it? I'm still waiting. Practice what you preach. practice what you preach. Girl, I'm still waiting. Practice what you preach. Is it? Really?
Steps off, baby. This ain't just a vibe, it's a sanctuary. You just walked into the Love Palace. Welcome to a daily dose of D. Wrap yourself in satin, truth. This love ain't rushed, it's velvet smooth. Silk on your spirit, rose in your mouth. Let me show you what healing's really about. Ooh, she don't play with pleasure, nah. Only pours it where it's earned. Let it burn slow. A daily dose of D. Let the love run deep and free. One touch and you'll believe. She's the calm, she's the heat, she's the peace you need. Here in the Love Palace, where even broken ships sail smooth. Anchor down, baby, daily dose of D. Your prescription to feel seen. No refills, just show up and receive. Let your ships drift into healing seas. We don't chase waves, we ride them.
Don't just tell me who you are, show me. Don't just preach love, embody it. Don't just call for justice, walk in it. Words can build a bridge, but actions paves the road. We've heard enough sermons without service, enough promises without presence, enough mouths moving without hearts proving. Practice what you preach. It's more than a saying, it's the mirror that never lies. Welcome to Daily Dose of D. Grand rising, grand afternoon, or grand evening, depending on what time of day you're watching Daily Dose of D. I am your host, GODDESSDEEOFLUV. How's everybody doing on this Wednesday? Yes, we have made it to Wednesday. It's the middle of the week, and we're going to call this today because you know we have Motivation Monday, right? Tranquil Tuesday. And today, it's No Whining Wednesday. Because you know, we get to the middle of the month and be like, oh, we can't wait to get to Friday. But we're not having no whining today, okay? So, No Whine Wednesday. Y'all heard the song. Y'all heard what I'm going to talk about today? Today, we're diving into a phrase we've all heard. Practice what you preach. We're going to unpack it. We're going to break it down. We're going to explore the history, the power, and even the hypocrisy, and the freedom that comes when you live in alignment with your words. So, with that being said, today on No Whine Wednesday, No Whining Wednesday, the word of the day, of course, is practice what you preach. Do what one advises others to do. And the quote of today is practice what you preach. Otherwise, please don't preach it. Okay, clock that T. All right. So, of course, you should know what our title is then. Practice what you preach. So we're going to go ahead and get into this dialogue. So we're going to start with the basics and keep it simple. To practice what you preach means to live by the same principles you encourage others. So think about it. When a parent tells their child, don't lie, but when the child hears the same parent lying on the phone about being sick to get out of work or talking to their relatives and saying they ain't coming to a get together because they sick and they not, that child sees the contradiction and learns the real lesson. Say one thing and do another. So the true meaning of practice what you preach is integrity. And let me tell you this, integrity isn't perfection, but it is alignment. It's when your values, words, and actions flow together like one stream, one frequency. When they don't, people notice. When they don't, people notice. They may not call you out, but they clock the inconsistency. They be clocking that inconsistency. So when you practice what you preach, your words carry weight. People believe you. They follow you. And most importantly, they trust you because you've shown them you live by it. Practice what you preach. It's a timeless phrase that embodies the principle of aligning one's actions with their words. And at its core, it means living by the values and principles you advocate for others. Like I stated, it's about integrity, authenticity, and demonstrating through your behavior the beliefs you hold and the advice you give. This phrase is a powerful reminder that true leadership, moral authority, and credibility are not earned by what you say, but by what you do. It's the difference between being a mere speaker of ideals and an actual embodiment of it. All right, family, hold that thought. We're going to take a break, but when I return, we're going to ask, is practice what you preach just a cliche or timeless wisdom? Right after this message.
I was born with a fire kiss, tongue like truth, breathe like mist. I carry lifetimes in these hips and prayers inside my wrist. They said I'm too much, too wild, too free, but baby I was never meant to be. Quiet, tame, contained, I am so untamed.
Worlds become portals, and the soul I'm and this is so. Let's begin. What is meant for you
I am
is
so
already in motion.
work slowly.
Let's see where it leads.
Magic in my skin, healing while you hold me.
The cards are just
Say my name, feel the shift begin. Alicia Yeti, I'm so work within. So work within. I read stars with my fingertips, found heaven in the curve of my lips. My voice, a spell you can't forget. I bloom in shadows, no.
Welcome back, everyone. Make sure you're subscribed to Alicia DR. Yes, soul work. And that daily, every day, 7 days a week, daily inspiration. She has some good things going on at her channel. She did her first live about what soul work is. So what I need you to do, if you haven't subscribed, Go on over there and subscribe. See, once you subscribe, hit that like button and then share and then that notification so you don't miss anything that the Alicia Dion has going on her channel. Because we know it's COC, collaboration over competition. Subscribe to Alicia Dion. Okay, kings and queens, we are now about to start discussing is practice what you preach a cliche and also the foundation of being authentic. So, some people might roll their eyes when they hear it. Girl, that's one of them old sayings, right? But let me be honest with you. A cliche is only a cliche when you ignore its depth or message. Practice what you preach might sound simple, but think about how much pain, broken trust, and disappointment could have been avoided if people really lived by it. Mhm. Your boss says that you're a value to the team, but they treat employees like they're disposable. A preacher says, love thy neighbor, but discriminates against folks in their own congregation. A friend says, I got you, but disappears when you need them the most. That's when the phrase stops being cliche and starts being real life truth. It's not just words. Listen to this. It's spiritual law. People will forget sermons, speeches, and even advice, but they will never forget how you live. So while the phrase practice what you preach might be considered a cliche due to the frequent use of it, its message remains profoundly relevant and powerful. The reason it's so common is precisely because it addresses a universal human challenge, the gap between intention and action. It serves as a constant reminder in all facets of life, from your personal relationships to your professional ethics. The hypocrisy erodes trust and authenticity builds it. Therefore, the words, practice what you preach, themselves may be familiar. The principle they represent is anything but superficial. So, what is the foundation of being authentic? Because with this practice what you preach, right, as we just learned, it's about authenticity. It's about doing things real and true. Authenticity is being real in a world that rewards performance. So let me break this down. You have self awareness, right? You can't practice what you preach if you don't know what you truly believe, what values you live by, and what you stand for. Authenticity also requires you to be honest. Authentic people, they don't sugarcoat their flaws, right? They admit them. They take accountability. So if you're working on patience, we talked about patience on Monday, admit it. If you're learning how to forgive, say that. People respect honesty more than perfection. You have to have consistency. Be the same person in private as you are in public. Or let me say it the other way. Be the same person in public that you are in private. This doesn't mean you can't grow. It means your growth is genuine. It's not a performance for likes or approval. Without authenticity, practicing what you preach becomes a costume. Excuse me, pardon me. You put it on when people are watching and then take it off when they're not. And eventually, masks get heavy. Authenticity is the bedrock of practicing what you preach. To be authentic is to be genuine, to have your inner self, your beliefs, your values, and your intentions in harmony with your outer self, your actions, and words. When you practice what you preach, you are building this bridge of authenticity. It's an act of self-honesty and a commitment to living a life without a double standard. So this kind of integrity right here is what allows people to start trusting you. Not just your words, it's your action. It what transforms a good ideal into a powerful example and a leader and a source of an inspiration. Yes, authenticity is the foundation of practicing what you preach. Family, I want you to stay close because after this break, I'm going to go back to the roots. We said practice what you preach and how the phrase got woven into our own culture. Okay? I'll be right back right after this message.
This is not survival, this is return. You feel that? Yeah. We already home. Welcome to conversations that protect. Welcome to the blueprint. Welcome to the war room. Welcome to the rebirth. Welcome to the moment you finally say yes for real. Welcome to your journey home. We don't speak to perform, we speak to prepare. We don't hand out hope, we hand down prayers. Every word's a bomb, a blade, a blanket. This is soul armor in songs. Coming close, baby. We got you. That ache you carry, it's just your ancestors waking up in your chest. This is the welcome home. Long overdue. Breathe in the ashes, that's where you begin. The girl you were, she blessed the fire. The woman you becoming, she walks through it in gold. This is your shedding, this is your stretch, this is your return. You whispered yes, and the universe cracked wide open. No more maybe, no more delay. You said yes for real. Now spirit can move through you unapologetically. Say it with your chest. Welcome to Conversations.
Welcome back, everybody. Today is No Whining Wednesday. And you know what? I need you to go over to Madam O's because the Journey Home series continues. We are moving through different homes and different houses. And the journey home today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be at CVAL Madam O's. So if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe, then hit that like, hit that share, and you know I'm going to say hit that notification button, baby, so you can tune in to Madam O, okay? COC, collaboration over competition, networking at its finest. Go ahead and subscribe to see that Madam. All right now, you still tuned in here at Daily Dose of Dee? We are finished going through this conversation and we're still walking in truth. Now, have you ever thought to yourself, because this is where I did, who said practice what you preach first? Where did, excuse me, ooh, y'all, sorry. Let me get some water. Who said the phrase? Where did this phrase come from? Do y'all know? Well, through my research, you know, this I found out that this phrase comes from the Bible. In Matthew 23, when there was a conversation with the Pharisees, it was said, they say things, but do not practice them. Matthew 23 says, they say things, but do not practice them. This is what was said to the Pharisees, to the religious leaders at that time. In Matthew 23, they say things they do not practice. So, in other words, you talk a good game, but you don't live by it. From that point on, the wisdom started echoing through history. Civil rights leaders use it, teachers tell their students that, parents say it to their kids, and even in music, as we heard at the beginning of Daily Dose of Dee, that Barry White song in 1992, practice what you preach. This phrase has traveled through time because the struggle to align words and action is universal. Now let's talk about the difference between practicing and preaching. Well, here's the difference, y'all. Preaching is what you say. Practicing is what you do. Preaching can inspire, but practicing can transform. You can preach about healthy eating. I can preach about healthy eating, but if you're at McDonald's getting that double cheeseburger or that Big Mac, your words lose power, right? You can preach about loyalty, but if you betray friendship, your message falls flat. So think about this. Practicing, preaching without practice is like giving someone a map but never walking the path theirself. Practice makes your words credible, and without it, preaching is just noise. So let's say this again. Preaching is the act of talking about it, advocating for it, teaching or setting beliefs, values, or principles. It's a verbal or written expression of what one thinks is right or wrong. Preaching can be very inspirational, even educational and motivational. However, without practice, it's just theoretical. A preacher might be so charismatic and speaking and saying their words, but if their actions contradict their words, their message loses weight. Now, practice. This is the act of living out and embodying those belief, values, or principles through one's actions and behaviors. It is the tangible. It's where people observe and you demonstrate your belief system. Practicing is what gives credibility to preaching. And you know what practice requires? It requires effort, discipline, and consistency. A person who practices what they preach might not be a great speaker, but their life serves as a powerful testament of their conviction of what they're saying. The two are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they're meant to be two sides of the same coin. Preaching sets the vision, and practicing provides the proof. Clock that T. All right, family, let's take another quick break. And when we come back, we're going to celebrate some people in our culture, in our history, and some in our present that practice what they preach. They live by it. Right after this message.
Shout out to the mama chief. Yeah, you be quiet when Big Mama speak. What she gave us is a part of me. It flows through my arteries. Even on that journey, that love grows how the garden be. The first to teach us when we sick, the first to heal us. Mama's boy, yeah, you know, her pride and joy. Soul food, yeah, you know, I'm an enjoy. Calm you down just by the sound of her voice. There isn't another feeling inside. When they cheering you on at your game, and you feeling the pride. You and your siblings fighting, she gon' make you put them feelings aside. She can't lead you down the road, but she can give you the guide. Where you think I get that blissful look in my eyes? I need a side of ice cream with Bim's apple pie. You know for sure for Mama Chief, you know I'ma ride. Cause we all need a Mama Chiefs. Yeah, we all love a Mama Chiefs. The greatness, the patience.
This that Nickelodeon, Mary Jane and Opium, fresh from the FedEx chest, we got a load of them. Yeah, tear this shit down like depression. The moral of the story is you get the lesson. I'm colder than the weather in Nova Scotia. The flow is cold to turn down. You just like the lame dude. Get the shoulder, have these niggas swinging that Chris Rock when I pitch a boulder. My intentions was ill will.
You cry.
When I rap, get a pill feel. I can meditate and stay connected to the earth like a mill drill. They taught you to lie to your kids with Santa. I verse in the AI now and got the answer. Don't kill yourself trying to be me with the tanner. My eagle love getting blown like the blammer. I'm biased to the low comprehension, cause people claim woke to get a mention.
You cry.
We are back. Y'all see that COC? We have something every day of the week for you. So if you go ahead and subscribe to all the lovely content creators, 7 days a week, there's somebody from the COC that's going to be on this app. And now we are moving on to other apps as well, right? So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe to these beautiful content creators, because this is the collaboration over competition movement. Good content, weekly content, 7 days a week. You can tap in. And then don't forget, we have that good music by the network as well, that motivational indigenous music. Okay? So make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, share, and the notification so you know when you can come to all these content creators. All right? All right, y'all still rocking with me? I hope you are. Because now it's time to honor some powerful voices. Let's honor the ones who showed us integrity in motion and practice what they definitely preach. You know, we have Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He just didn't just preach nonviolence, he lived by it, even faced with hatred, dogs, jail cells. He didn't just ask his followers to protest peacefully. He himself marched at the front of the line. He even faced jail time, endured death threats without retaliating with violence. He's committed to nonviolence was not just a strategy, it was a core part of his spiritual and moral conviction. And then we have Malcolm X, y'all. You know, he showed us the power of practicing self discipline, empowerment, and truth. He had a vocal advocate for Black self resilience and empowerment. And after he did his pilgrimage to Mecca, his views and beliefs evolved, but his commitment to personal transformation and intellect growth remained a hallmark of his character. He lived a life dedicated to his belief, even as those beliefs changed. And then we have the example of Harriet Tubman. She just didn't dream of freedom, okay? She risked her life over and over to make freedom real for others. She just didn't tell people to escape. She personally risked her life in on over a dozen missions to lead hundreds of enslaved people to freedom via the Underground Railroad. She practiced courage, she practiced resilience, and unwavering dedication to our cause. Now, y'all football lovers, and even if you don't like football, y'all familiar with Colin Kaepernick? He kneeled not for applause, but for justice, knowing that it would cost him his own career to this day. These lives remind us that when you practice what you preach, you build a legacy that echoes beyond your time on this earth. Mhm. So now I want to talk about the corrosion and nature of hypocrisy. Mhm. Hypocrisy is like rust on metal. Y'all feel me? It's like rust on metal. It doesn't destroy overnight, it eats away slowly. So when leaders don't practice what they preach, it creates cynicism. I talked about cynicism, right? Think about churches and preachers that preach love but show hate, politicians that promise justice but deliver corruption, parents that preach respect but model disrespect. Hypocrisy destroys trust, and trust, once it's breaking, baby, takes years and sometimes lifetimes to rebuild it. That's why practicing what you preach isn't optional. It's the glue of relationships, communities, and even nations. When you have hypocrisy, it erodes trust. Hypocrisy is a powerful trust killer. When people see a discrepancy between your words and your actions, They begin to doubt your sincerity, your integrity. This erosion of trust can be damaging to any relationship, whether personal or professional. Hypocrisy undermines moral authority. A leader who is not authentic loses their moral authority. Why should you why should anyone listen to advice from someone who doesn't follow it for themselves? Their message becomes hollow and their influence wanes. Hypocrisy creates cynicism. Widespread hypocrisy can breed cynicism in a society. When people see powerful figures constantly not practicing what they preach, they may come to believe that principles are merely tools for manipulation, not for genuine guides for behavior. Woo! Y'all like that? We talked about the history of those that practice what they preach. We talked about the nature of hypocrisy. And now we're going to take another break. And when I return, I'll tell you why practicing what you preach is not just important for others, but it's good for your own soul, baby. Right after this message.
She wrote it in the rhythm of the trees. Talk sweet, pour, calm like teas. Queen KELLZ with the herbs that speak. She the balance when your soul feel weak. From plan to place, you walk with grace. Tinctures that kiss you into place. This ain't a trend, this ancient flow. She don't heal you, she helps you grow, yeah. She dropped that lemon balm in the brew. Talk to the leaves like they kinfolk too. From seed to sip, it's alignment work. Holistic hands, love laced in dirt. Queen KELLZ, that soul on the rise. She don't sell dreams, she real with the vibes. Got jars on the shelf like blessings in glass. Reminding your spirit to slow down fast. No rush, just rhythm. She the pause in the system. Where the world wanna numb, she say feel. That's the kind of magic that heals for real. She in the rhythm of the trees. Talk sweet, pour, calm like teas. Queen KELLZ with the herbs that speak. She the balance when your soul feel weak. From plan to plate, she walk with grace. Tinctures that kiss you into place. This ain't a trend, it's ancient flow. She don't heal you, she helps you grow.
Welcome back to Daily Dose of Dee, y'all. Make sure you subscribe to Queen KELLZ at Holistic Royalty with KELLZ. You get some good recipes, some good knowledge. She got yoga coming to y'all really, really soon. So y'all get ready. And you know what I'm going to say. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification. Get them good meals, that good yoga and breathing with Holistic Royalty with KELLZ. It's COC, collaboration over competition, all day, y'all. So make sure you subscribe. All right, family, let's get down to what it's really about. Why is it important to practice what you preach? Well, it's important because alignment brings peace. When your words and your actions match, you sleep better at night, right? It's going to build trust and credibility. This is the most direct benefit of practicing what you preach. Trust is the currency of all relationships. And when your actions are consistent with your words, you become a person people can rely on. It's important because it's going to foster self respect. When you live a life of integrity, it means living in harmony with your own values. This internal alignment leads to a greater self respect and a sense of purpose. You're going to inspire others. Your actions can be more powerful than any, any speech. Because when people see you're living out your values, they are more likely to be inspired to do the same. It's going to increase effectiveness. A leader who practices what they preach is more effective. Their team, their family, or community will be more committed to be sharing their goals because they believe in the sincerity of the person that's leading them. So when you practice what you preach, people trust you, your relationships thrive and grow, you attract blessings because the universe rewards consistency. But most importantly, you respect yourself. And self respect is the foundation of every other kind of respect. So, what does it mean not to practice what you preach? What does it look like not to practice what you preach? We see a lot of this, unfortunately, especially in 2025. Talking the talk, but not walking the walk. Like I mentioned before, a parent tells their child not to lie, but then lies to their boss when they're late, lies to their family when they can't go somewhere, lies to their friends saying they on their way and they really at home, and the child's looking at you like what? Talking the talk, but not walking the walk. That's not practicing what you preach. You hold others to standards you don't even follow yourself. And I'm like a manager. I had this happen to me before. A manager who demands you to be on time, be there, so don't be late, but is constantly late themselves. You looking at them through the side eye, right? How you gonna tell me not to be late and you late every day? It's just an outside appearance. And a person who doesn't practice what they preach gives empty advice. An individual who tells their friend to be positive but is constantly complaining and being pessimistic. Mhm. These are examples of what it means not to practice what you preach. Not practicing what you preach is wearing that mask. Mhm. You may fool others for a while, but deep down, you know the truth. It creates confusion in your relationships. It creates distress in your community. And worst of all, it creates shame in your own heart. When you don't practice what you preach, your words become hollow. Your influence weakens. And slowly you lose yourself. All right, I'm not done yet. After this final break, I'm going to offer practical skills to start practicing what you preach every single day. Right after this message.
let's move it out now. Big relentless up in this. It's big mouthpiece. Oh, you ain't know. That ain't love, that's like hatred. Come on, brother. Why you niggas still on fake shit? Come on, brother. How you black but you a racist? Come on, brother. She sleeping with her twin husband, see this tasteless. Come on, sister. Time to take it back to the king queen shit. Come on, sister. Time to take it back to the king queen shit. Come on, brother. It's time to take it back to the king queen shit. Come on, brother. It's time to take it back. Come on, it's time to emergency. Time to get moving with urgency. Big Moppy's back. To get this shit sold up like surgery. Shout out to DJ K Miller and all those that work in the church. Can't waste no time. We better do it in a hurry. Set a date at 9 or probably even 9:30. Why they so quick to talk time but slow to show love to me? Quick to eat off the table but won't plan to want something for me. I gave them my open arms, now they acting like they don't know me. I needed some direction, that's when Queen Money Tide told me. Focus on the bag, all that 9 6 below me. So turn me up, don't be shady, press that like up for me. Hey, you can't look down on the brother, I used to swipe from the corner store cause I was hungry. Instead of respecting my grind, how you go through shade on me? Big brother hate my guts, tryna chop off my feet, but I am not Toby. Haters be praying on my downfall, but be acting like we homies. That ain't love, that's like hatred. Come on, bruh. Why you niggas still on fake shit? Come on, bruh. How you black but you a racist? Come on, bruh. She sleeping with her twin husband, see that's tasteless. Come on, sister. Time I take it back to the king queen shit. Come on, sister. Time.
Hey y'all, make sure y'all subscribe to the first gentleman of the COC, Big Mouthpiece. Come on, subscribe to him because on Saturday we be having a good time. You don't know what's gonna happen, okay? Never know. But like Big Mouthpiece would say, big COC energy all day, every day. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Big Mouthpiece. Okay? All right, y'all. It's that time at Daily Dose of Dee that I offer some skills on how to practice what you preach. So to practice what you preach, you need tools, right? And one of them tools that I'm offering, y'all should know, is self-reflection. So take 10 minutes a day to check yourself, to ask questions. Did my actions match with my words today? You can journal. Write down your core values, what you truly believe is important: honesty, compassion, hard work, kindness. Identify your preaching. What advice do you most often give to others? And what principles do you frequently speak about? Write them down. And then do a compare and contrast. Do your stated values align with your advice? Are there any discrepancies? This is your starting point for growth. You're going to have the skill of accountability. So surround yourself with people who lovingly call you out. Okay? Surround yourself around yourself with people that's going to keep it a buck with you. Because a true friend says, you know what, sis? You said this, but I saw you do that. So you're going to find role models. Seek people out who you generally admire because their lives reflect their values. Observe how they handle difficult situations. Build a support system. Surround yourself with friends and families who hold you accountable. Not in a judgmental way, but in a supportive way to help your growth. Have consistency. So, build small daily habits. If you practice health, start with drinking 1 glass of water every morning. Start with eating a salad a day. Y'all know Rome wasn't built in one day. So neither is authentic character. Choose an area, pick one area, and if you see a gap between your words and your actions, work on it. So if you preach the importance of health and eating healthy food and don't exercise, start by committing to walk a 15-minute walk 3 times a week. With this consistency, you're going to track your progress. Keep a log of your success. This is going to reinforce the behavior and it builds momentum. You know what? It takes courage. That's a skill. Living in your truth often costs something. Let me say that again. Living in your truth often costs something. So be ready to lose comfort, approval, and even relationships. The ability to practice what you preach often requires self control and empathy. You got to have mindfulness. Practice mindfulness to become more aware of your thoughts, feelings, and impulses before they turn into action. This helps you catch a hypocritical behavior before it happens. Delayed gratification. We've been talking about this lately. This is desire to say one thing and do another, often lacks a form of discipline. So practice delayed gratification in small ways to build your willpower, right? And then there's humility. You won't always get it right. Excuse me. Admit mistakes, apologize, and recommit. Acknowledge your failures. When you slip up, don't pretend like it didn't happen. Don't joke about it. Don't and act like it. No, that didn't happen. Excuse me. Acknowledge your failure to yourself and, if appropriate, admit it to others. The act of humility builds trust more than 100 perfect acts. Let me run that back for you. The act of humility builds trust more than 100 perfect acts. And we know there's no such thing as perfect. So saying I was wrong and I'm trying to do better is a powerful form of practicing honesty. And seek feedback. Ask a friend, a family member, a mentor for honest feedback. Ask them if they see you, if they see any areas where your actions are not aligning with your words. And when you ask, be prepared to listen without defensiveness. Now, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Practicing what you preach is a lifelong journey, but it's one of the most powerful gifts you can give yourself and the world. So, in closing, family, know that your words are seeds, but your actions, that's the water. Your values are light, but your choices are the soil. So speak life and then live it. Call for love, but then give it. Say justice, but then fight for it. Preach freedom, but then walk in it. Because the world doesn't need just your words, it needs your witness. So I'm going to say this to you, family. Practice what you preach. I want to thank everybody for sharing this time with me here at Daily Dose of Dee. It's how this subject about staying true, staying authentic, and practicing what you preach. I think this was very, very timely, right? Especially in today's world. So today, family, I'm going to leave you with those words. Practice what you preach. Let those words that you say turn into actions. I hope you found some comfort and learnt you something today, okay? Once again, thank you for coming to the Love Palace. Peace and love to everyone. Shout out to the replay game. I see y'all. I see y'all. And make sure you tune in to the content creators that are having content, add to the journey home. Because it's Wednesday. You know, over here at Daily Dose of Dee, we're not whining today. No whining Wednesday, okay? Remember that. So, as I always say, go tell somebody that you love them. And those that you working on loving, and they might not think that you love them, go ahead and tell them that you love them too, because it might help them out. Peace and love to everybody, and I will see you real soon. And don't forget, practice what you preach.
Thinking, baby, you don't know the world a damn thing. Light up, lavish light. I've been moving too fast, running low on grace, feeling heavy, but I found my space. Lavender dreams in a smoky swirl, this moment mine, forget the world. No stress in my chest when I take this hit. These herbs ain't just pretty, they legit. Tobacco free, just clarity, and I ride this flame like therapy. Lavish light, glowing gold in the quiet night. Smooth fire make me feel just right. Lavish light, lavish light. Lavish light falls. I breathe deep and I claim my life. No rush, no fight, just vibes. Lavish light, lavish light, lavish light. Florals and magic wrapped in flame. Every puff got me saying my name. Room peace, I roll it slow. Let it burn, let my softness show. Don't need no fake rush, no synthetic thrill. This is sacred. The love like she don't just love, she heals and keeps. Let go, let flow. Daily dose of Dee in the land free. In the love palace, ships dock even here. Yeah, we guide the tide. GODDESSDEE. Crispin back when your heart needs reminding. D is divine, D is daily, D is love, a daily dose.